guys, here are a couple of foam rolling myofascial releases that I want you guys to focus on for this week. In particular, lower body, lats, upper back, and some T-spine as well. So the first one is going to be similar to last week where you did your quads and also your calves. So you try and do these right before, sort of 10 minutes before class. So work on those calves. Remember, you're not on the tendons, so you're not at the top of the joint or the bottom of the joint. You're through the middle of the leg, okay? And you want to go for 5 each side. Make sure that you're getting good amount of pressure onto the muscle belly. Once you've done your 5, remember you're going side to side and you're going to work on that movement side to side. Remember, we're trying to down regulate this tight muscle messages going from muscle to central nervous system. If you want to add a little bit more weight, you can pop one leg onto the other one, especially when you're shearing, and that's really going to help down regulate that signal. You're going to go 5 each side, and then the shearing going for about 30 seconds of the shearing. So that's your calf. You're going to do the same with the quads as we did last week. Then from there, guys, you're going to go onto your lats. So the lats, remember, they attach from up here all the way down. So you're going to make sure that you try and get that whole area covered. Okay, so coming down on the side, you're going to go through the entire length of that muscle. And then once you've gotten through that length of muscle, you're going to go side to side and you're going to create that shearing motion just to try and help relax that muscle. Okay, once again, really important when you have overhead pressing movements to get into these muscles beforehand. And you're going to do the same with the other side. From there, you're going to go into your upper back. So a good tip for this one is to try and keep it from where your ribs are to the top of your shoulder blades, okay? So that's the area that you're trying to roll through, okay? And you can even pull your rib cage down towards your hips and your elbows, and that will create more pressure on the foam roller and get in a little bit harder. From there, once you've done that, you're going to take that foam roller, pop it underneath your head, and then taking your legs to one side, arms out to the side, you're actually just going to rotate from one side to the other. And I want you guys to take your time with this. Remember, you're trying to keep the shoulder that's planted on the floor down the entire rotation as you come back. Down the entire rotation, come back. Try and keep those knees together. If you need to remind yourself, use a tactile cue by popping a ball or a block in between those knees so that when you come up, you're not letting those knees separate and the legs lift, okay? So use something in between the knees to create that tension around the side. Alrighty, so you're gonna do that on one side and then switch and do the same on the other. And if you have a tighter side, make sure that you pause and hold those reps, okay? So these are going to be your foam rolling techniques that I'd like you to try and work through before classes, or even if you're feeling tight and you don't come into class and you have a foam roller at home, work through these next week, okay? And what we're trying to do is build up a bank of myofascial release techniques so that you can use them as little tools in your toolkit whenever you need.